It occurs to me that happiness, true happiness, is a spooky book, perhaps some light classical music, a crackling fireplace, a cozy blanket while it blizzards outside. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in the middle of a god-awful heat wave, but at least I still have the spooky books. Well, it's now a little past a week into July of 2024. Independence Day just passed. I read, of course, the Declaration of Independence, as I always do to celebrate the holiday, and then I marked the anniversary of my nation's independence by getting drunk and blowing up a little piece of it. But because we are now well into the month, just in time, I have received the July of 2024 Nightworms package. Nightworms being, of course, the horror book subscription service that every month sends me one of these wonderful little literary care packages in the black padded envelope with the Nightworms logo on it. It's always an exciting day at the mailbox. I'm always eager to dig in and see what I've got. Of course, you can see I have not yet opened this up, nor have I read the online spoilers. I have no idea what's in this package, because the other thing I like to do is, as you know if you've been around for a while, I like to open them up here on camera so y'all can see at the same time as I do whatever might be inside. So that's our business this evening, or whatever time of day it might be when you happen to be watching this. I'm going to open this up. We're going to talk about the books. There's always some extra goodies inside. And by the way, if you're interested in these books, if you don't happen to subscribe to Nightworms, I'll put links down in the What's It where you can find those. It's also where you can find my books and other assorted show notes for this YouTube channel. So be sure to read the What's It. But I've now opened it up. Let's dig right in and see what literary goodies I've got for this July. The first one is a hardcover, and it's a wonderful cover. The title is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. And we have this, as I said, wonderful artwork of an eyeball being held by a pair of chopsticks. So I like this already. I've actually seen this book. I've seen the cover before. I've seen it in the bookstore. I was rushing past doing other things. I didn't have a chance to pick it up, so I don't know anything about it, except, well, I enjoy Asian foods, so I like the chopsticks, and I like gore, so I like the eyeball. So, promising beginning, but let's read the flap, the description here, and see what we're actually in for. The description says, "Crying in H Mart meets My Sister the Serial Killer in this feminist psychological horror about the making of a serial killer from a Korean-American perspective. Ji-won's life tumbles into disarray in the wake of her appa's extramarital affair and subsequent departure. Her mother, distraught, her younger sister, hurt and confused, her college freshman grades failing, her dreams horrifying yet enticing." I feel like, I'm going to pause for a second, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that horrifying yet enticing thing, but we horror people know what we're talking about. Carrying on, it says, in them, the dreams that is, in them, Ji-won walks through bloody rooms full of eyes. Succulent blue eyes, salivatingly blue eyes. Eyes the same shape and shade as George's, who is Uma's obnoxious new boyfriend. He brags about his puffed-up consulting job, ogles Asian waitresses while dining out, and acts condescendingly toward Ji-won and her sister, as if he deserves all of Uma's fawning adoration. George doesn't deserve anything from her family. Ji-won will make sure of that. For no matter how many victims accumulate around her campus or how many people she must deceive and manipulate, Ji-won's hunger and her rage deserve to be sated. A brilliantly inventive, subversive novel about a young woman unraveling, Monica Kim's The Eyes Are the Best Part marks a bold new voice in horror that will leave readers mesmerized and craving more. I have to say, it sounds somewhat intriguing. I'm certainly no expert, but I have great admiration for Korean culture. So I look forward to reading I don't know if this is going to be a slasher or more psychological, but whichever direction it goes, reading this kind of serial killer story from the Korean perspective ought to be interesting. It sounds like a pretty good one. And there's certainly a lot of praise from some well-known and highly respected authors on the back cover, so I'm excited. That brings us to the second book. This one is a paperback, and it's called Your Utopia. It says this is short stories by Bora Chung. I don't know anything about this one. I do like the little robot on the cover, but I've not even heard of this book. I don't know the author. This one is entirely new to me, but as is our way, I'll read the description and we'll see what we're in for with this one. This one says, from the acclaimed author and translator of Cursed Bunny, a fresh, uncanny, and utterly profound collection of stories set in near and distant futures that reflect our deepest fears and deepest desires. Bora Chung's inimitable blend of horror, absurdity, and dark humor reaches its peak in these tales of loss and discovery, dystopia and idealism, death and immortality. In a thrilling translation by the acclaimed Anton Her, readers will experience a variety of possible fates for humanity, from total demise via disease, whose only symptom is casual cannibalism, to a world in which even dreams can be monitored and used to convict people of crimes. In the Center for Immortality Research, a low-level employee runs herself ragged, planning a fancy gala for donors, only to be blamed for the chaos that ensues during the event in front of the mysterious celebrity benefactors hoping to live forever. In A Song for Sleep, an AI elevator in an apartment complex develops a tender, one-sided love for an elderly resident. Seed traverses the final frontier of capitalism's destruction of the planet, but nature always creeps back to life. If you haven't yet experienced the fruits of Chung's singular imagination, your utopia is waiting. So I'm intrigued by this one as well. I do like short stories. I do like a good short story collection. I like science fiction. I like science fiction independently of horror as well, but I particularly, being the horror nerd I am, like sci-fi horror. So it sounds like this is... I don't know if this is going to be true or not, but it sounds like the particular kind of sci-fi horror for which we all liked Black Mirror on Netflix. If this is anything like that, and it kind of sounds like it is, it's probably going to be the kind of thing I'm going to enjoy. Like I said, I don't know anything about the author. I've never heard of the book before just now, but sounds like another good one, does it not? But don't switch off the video quite yet. We're not quite finished. We're done with the books, but there's always this little extra goodie bag that has some fun stuff in it. So let's quickly, I won't take too much time on this, but let's quickly go through and you can see what the other goodies are. First one is a bookmark. This is the July 2024 bookmark. There's always a bookmark. This one identifies the theme for this month as strange and unusual. I am myself strange and unusual, so I appreciate that theme. I also like the eyeball design on the backside. The next item, we've got the little pamphlet that just lists everything that's in the package. Then we have a thick item. That must be the beverage. There's always a coffee or a tea or something. This one is from the Pioneer Joe Coffee Company. It's called Chill Bill Cold Brew, which I appreciate a good pun, so, you know, Chill Bill. I like that. It's got instructions for making the cold brew. I'm not really a cold brew kind of guy. I prefer a nice hot coffee, but on these 90, 100 degree days, I'm the kind of guy that's cranky if it's above 65 degrees. Fahrenheit I'm talking about. So, sometimes you need a cold coffee, so the Nightworms people have obliged and sent a cold brew, which I look forward to sampling. I've not had anything from this coffee company before, I don't think, so that should be a nice thing to try out. We then have a book plate. I believe I see an M and a K, so I believe that is Monica Kim, and that will belong to The Eyes Are the Best Part. I sometimes struggle to read the autographs, but I'm pretty sure I saw an M and a K. The next item is a sticker. There's always a sticker or two. This one is a skeletal character surrounded by sunflowers reading a book. So there's that. I always like the artwork on their stickers. Next item, another sticker. This one we have tentacles coming out of a book, and it just says Weird Books. Enough said. Weird Books. I approve this message. And then we have, yes, the last thing is a fridge magnet. And it's an odd one. I have to look at this for a second. We have a character sort of sitting cross-legged. And out of this character's head, or maybe out of the hat, I can't tell if that's a elongated head or if that's a hat, but there's a sort of a star and a thought bubble leading to a book. It's I'm not going to pretend that I fully understand the artwork, but I like the artwork. So yet another fridge magnet to slap on the side of a filing cabinet, because as with the stickers, there are frequently magnets included in these as well. So if you like stickers, if you like magnets, there's always some goodies. The most important thing are, of course, the books. Coffee's also a nice touch. But alas, we have come once again to the end of our time together. I have received 2 wonderful looking books that I don't know much about. I'd seen one and hadn't even heard of the other, but both sound quite intriguing, and I'm certainly looking forward to digging into both of these. Lord knows I never know exactly when I'll get to them, because I've got a to-be-read pile the size of, I don't know, the size of a big thing. So maybe I'll get to these this month, maybe next month, who knows when, but I am looking forward to both of them. So I think the Nightworms people done good once again. But with that, I've been busy, I'm tired, so I'm going to wrap this up. Let me just remind you to do all those YouTube-y things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all those things. Be sure to tell a friend about the things I'm doing on this channel. Hell, tell an enemy. I don't care. I just need more viewers. But while y'all do that, I'm going to go and work on some other spooky business. So until next time, take care and stay scared.